In this presentation, DC series motor is analyzed for the point of view of electric traction. Before going to start with DC series motor, let us discuss about the concept of rotating machines. For Fleming left-hand rule, whenever the current carrying conductor carries a current placed in the magnetic field which experiences a force, and conductor will start moving. So, the direction of the force can be obtained by applying Fleming left-hand rule. So force is equal to BIL, where B indicates the magnetic field between two magnets. F is the force and L is the length of the conductor, and I is the current flowing through the conductor. Then the construction of DC machine. DC machine consists of stator and rotor parts. So stator part is designed for producing magnetic flux, and the rotor part is called the armature, where the mechanical energy converted into electrical energy for generator, or conversely electrical energy converted into mechanical energy. So in rotor part, it consists of armature and armature winding, commutator, brushes. In stator part, it consists of poles, pole shoe, field winding. Okay. Then the stationary and rotating parts are separated by each other by air gap. Yoke provides the mechanical support for the poles and acts as a protecting cover for the whole machine. It carries the magnetic flux produced by the poles, since the yoke should have sufficient mechanical strength and high permeability. For smaller machines, yoke is made up of cast iron, but for longer machines, cast steel or rolled steel is employed. Then pole core and pole shoe. The pole core and pole shoes are built of thin laminations, and purpose of pole core is to retrieve field winding, and pole shoes is to spread the flux in the air gap and also to support field coils. So field coils are former wound copper wire on strip. The armature consists of armature core and armature winding. The armature is a laminated core which slots to receive conductors on it. The purpose of armature is to rotate the conductors. It should be noted that the EMF induced in the armature conductors are AC only. The generator voltage in coil, where rotated relative to magnetic field, is inherently alternating in nature. To convert this AC into DC voltage, we therefore need a commutator and brushes. Commutator. The function of commutator is to facilitate the collection of current from the armature conductor and to convert it into DC. In other words, it converts AC to DC voltage or current. So brushes and bearing. Stationary carbon brushes are placed over the rotating commutator in such a way that they always make electrical contact with the commutator segments. The function of brushes is to collect current from commutator into external load. Usually the brushes are made up of carbon or graphite with a rectangular shape. These brushes are housed in brush holders. Armature windings. So, pole pitch, it may be defined as the periphery of armature divided by number of poles of the generator, that is distance between the two adjacent poles. Pole pitch is equal to the number of armature conductors or armature slots per pole. If there are 48 conductors and 4 poles, the pole pitch is 40 divided by 4 is equal to 12. And the coil pitch or coil span. Spacing between two coil sides of say coil, the spacing is expressed in terms of number of slots between the slides. For example, if S be the total number of slots and P be the total number of poles, then the coil span is S by P. For 20 slots 4 poles winding, coil span is 5. So if the coil pitch is equal to pole pitch, then the winding is called full pitched coil. If the coil span or coil pitch is less than the pole pitch, then it is called as fractional pitch coil. So Types of armature winding less than the lap winding. Types of armature winding is less than the wave winding. Commutator pitch. The commutator pitch is the number of commutator segments spanned by the each coil of the winding. There are two types of windings are used in the DC motors. In lap winding, if the connection is started from conductor in slot 1, then connections overlap each other as a winding proceeds till the starting point is reached again. Developed view of part of armature winding in lap fashion shown in figure. As in from the figure, there is overlapping of coils while proceeding. Wave winding. In this type of connection, winding always travels ahead, avoiding overlapping. This travel like a progressive wave, hence called wave winding. To get an idea of wave winding as part of armature winding in wave fashion is shown in figure. Both coils starting from slot 1 and slot 2 are progressing in wave fashion. Comparison between lap and wave winding. In lap winding, number of parallel paths is equal to poles. But in wave winding, the number of parallel paths is equal to 2. The number of brush sets required equal to number of poles in lap winding. However, the number of brush sets are required equal to 2. So, preferable for high current, low voltage applications, lap windings are used. Preferable for high current, low voltage capacity generators. Normally used for generators of capacity more than 500 amps. Used in lap winding. Here the wave windings are preferred for generator capacity less than 500 amps. Principal operation of DC motor. An electrical motor is a machine which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field, it experiences a mechanical force and the conductor will start moving. This is called Lenz's law. So, Lorentz force law. The direction of this force is given by Fleming's law. The basic principle of operation of DC motor. DC motor excited stator coils are assumed to produce south and north poles. If the armature is connected to DC source, current will flowing through the armature conductors. Rotor conductor experiences a force called torque in the counterclockwise direction and causing the rotor to move in the same direction. However, when the armature conductor moves in the presence of field, voltage is induced in the conductor in the opposite direction of the current flow. Therefore, the generated voltage in the armature acts in opposition to the source voltage. This generated voltage in the DC motor is usually called back EMF. If electrical torque is equal to load torque, motor runs steadily at constant speed. During transient operation, this electrical torque is more than the load torque, motor will oscillate. Conversely, electrical torque is less than load torque, motor will EMF equation of the DC generator. From the basic equation E is equal to BLV, we can determine or calculate generated equation voltage E is equal to pi PNZ divided by 60A. For wave winding, A substitute A is equal to 2. For lap winding, substitute A is equal to number of poles. For the torque equation, TE electrical torque is equal to pi PZ divided by 2 pi A into armature current. Always the torque is proportional to the flux and current, armature current. The back EMF, the generated voltage in the armature acts in opposition to the source voltage. This generated voltage in the DC motor is usually called the back EMF. EB is equal to pi PNZ divided by 60A, as discussed previous slides. The voltage equation for the DC motor, from the standard equation, V is equal to EB plus IARA. The back EMF EB is equal to V minus IARA. Then we calculate the speed of the DC motor. The speed of the DC motor N is equal to V minus IARA divided by Kpi. Speed at no load N is equal to V by K pi. So the regulation of the DC machine R is equal to no load minus full load speed divided by no load speed into 100. So coming back to traction application, generally the two types of motors are used. One is DC series motor, another induction motor. The DC series motor, there is one field winding wound over the main poles with fewer turns and a large cross sectional area as shown in figure. So here the line current and armature current and line current and series winding current and armature current are same. Okay, then V is equal to EB plus IA into RA, IA into RA plus RAC. Okay, for series motor flux is proportional to armature current. So then the characteristics of DC motor, for series motor the flux is proportional to IA. We substitute in the torque equation. T is equal to pi into IA, but for series motor flux is proportional to IA. So what is the torque is proportional to IA square. So the torque is proportional to square of the current, armature current. So the speed is equal to N is equal to V minus IA RA divided by K pi. So from the curve TA IA curve, the flux is directly proportional to IA. Hence, before magnetic saturation, torque is proportional to IA square. Therefore, TA IA curve is parabola for smaller value of IA. Then the speed armature current, flux is directly proportional to armature current, speed is inversely proportional to armature current. Therefore, when armature current is very small, the speed becomes dangerously high. Hence, the series motor never be started without some mechanical load. Right. So speed armature torque curve, since the series motor develops high starting torque at low speeds and low starting torque at high speeds, therefore speed torque characteristic of DC motor is hyperbola.